It's late Sunday night, and I think Zachary's finally asleep. I've been wanting to share my thoughts about Zachary's upcoming birthday on February 3rd. He will be turning 10 years old then, and I have mixed emotions. On the one hand, I'm happy that he's going to be turning 10, but on the other hand, it's very distressing and it makes me really sad. I've been thinking about this for years, but as I realize that he's about to turn 10, the realization sets in that the the hope and the all the positive thoughts that you had when your baby was born, or even when he was a toddler, and there was obviously something wrong at that point because of all the vaccine injury. I had a lot of hope that, with a lot of therapy and, going to all these specialists and everything, that I was going to be able to get my son better, or, maybe not caught up with his peers, but just, doing better. That he would be talking, even if he's late, he'd be talking, and try to have somewhat normal of a life for him and for me. And as he's approaching his 10th birthday, he really doesn't talk unless he's repeating a word that you say. Um, he has to use a $7,600 communication device to somewhat communicate with me, his mom. Um, and instead of him doing things like, playing with his friends and playing sports and video games and, you know, going to the movies with friends, doing the kind of things that I was doing when I was 10 and most normal kids are doing when they're 10. Um, my poor son, Zachary, um, is in his own world most of the time. He cannot talk. He doesn't have any friends. He waterfalls, small toys, or anything he can get his hands on, because he has so many OCD tendencies. He's by himself. He can't even have a conversation with his mom and tell his mom how his day went, like most kids do. What happened at school, who his girlfriend is, what she looks like, how cute she is, all that stuff that normal boys his age would be doing. And instead of getting the video games or sports equipment or whatever, I'm sitting here looking at replacement baby mobiles, because he likes to fall asleep listening to and watching certain baby mobiles, and trying to find replacement ones that they don't make anymore. And people on eBay are selling them for more than what I paid for it new. And you're like, you got to pay shipping on top of that. You're sitting there buying your 10-year-old son, or looking for your 10-year-old son replacement baby mobiles, because that's one thing he enjoys playing with, or other toddler or baby toys. And it's just, I have cried every night or every day for over 9 years. I mean, it's a fact. I cried every day about my son and what happened to him for 9 years. And I was even crying that first year too, because he was in the NICU when he was first born after that Hep B vaccine for 2 weeks, and that almost killed him, that vaccine. And I thought something was wrong, but Like I've told you before, I just listened to the doctors and didn't believe my gut. Um, so while most people are excited and, celebrating their child turning 10, I'm dreading it. I'm dreading the birthday. I'm dreading it simply because it's so hard to see your only child, suffer and struggle every day of his life. And no matter what I do, I have done everything I can possibly do with the little bit of money we have. And he's making progress, but it's not making that big of a difference. I have friends that have spent their entire life savings and every penny they've ever made, their retirement, and their child only, progressed a year or two. And I don't have those finances to be able to do that. And it's just the reality sets in. What happens to Zach when I can no longer take care of him or I die? He's going to be living in a home where people don't love him, where he doesn't know anything. He's going to wonder, did I abandon him? Am I coming back? So, even though I should be happy about his birthday, and I am, I'm really struggling.